Hello students, Ms. Slyman here with some notes on quadratic functions. So we're starting here, we're in section 2, quadratic functions, and I'm going to start with part A, solving quadratics, and specifically looking at this first method of solving quadratics, which is using square roots. It's really probably the easiest of the ways to solve quadratics. A key thing to point out though, quadratics almost always have two solutions, and at times those will be two identical solutions, but you should always be thinking to yourself two solutions. All right, let's make our pen thinner again. So first off, using square roots. Anytime the only variable you have is a second order variable or to the power of 2, then try to isolate that variable. Always when we're solving, we're trying to isolate variables. And so this way it's really easy for us. So we're going to add 10 to the other side. That's going to give us 7r squared is 35. That means that r squared is 5. So now I want two solutions. So something that I'm squaring, the answer is 5. Well, one of those solutions is the square root of 5. Square root of 5 squared is 5. But also the negative square root of 5. If I square this quantity, I also get 5. And of course, we can come back and check our answers. So 7 times root 5 squared minus 10, that's 35 minus 10 is 25. That works. And then same thing, 7 times negative root 5 squared. Of course, that's going to turn into positive 5 times 7 is 35 minus 10 is 25. So that works. Here, I don't have just x squared, but I have a quantity with my x being squared. This is the same idea. So try to isolate your x. I'm going to divide both sides by 3. X minus 2 squared. That's going to give me 3 goes into 42 14 times. And now I'm going to get rid of the square, so I want to square root both sides. So x minus 2, that is either going to be equal to the positive square root of 14, or x minus 2 is going to be equal to the negative square root of 14. Sorry, it's not fitting there very well. Let's try and move that over a bit. Okay. So, negative root of 14. All right, so now I still want to isolate my x, so I'm going to add 2 to the other side. So 2 plus root 14, or x equals 2 minus root 14. Of course, I could condense that into a single number sentence. X is 2 plus or minus root 14. Could have done the same thing over here and said that r was equal to plus or minus root 5. But always thinking to ourselves that we're looking for two solutions.